What up? It's Diggity Dane TTV. I am Diggity Dane, your host, and this is the team. We are playing some Dungeons and Dragons tonight. Last week we played some Dungeons and Dragons, and the team wound up back at Summerside, I believe, at one point. Is that right? You guys are Summerside or Jubilee?
We're in Jubilee.
Jubilee.
Oh, right. You were thinking about going to Summerside, but first you want to talk to Vontaria. Okay, yeah, so you guys are in Jubilee. The whole team is there. We're missing 2.5 of our players. It looks like Eric is here, but he's got a black screen. I assume Tim and Cam are on the way. So that just gives you 3 inspiration, because I'm clearing all the old inspiration. You 3 get inspiration, the others don't. Fantasy Grounds is working on loading right now, so that'll be out here in just a minute. But we left off with you guys having, essentially dropped a bomb on the Elven Court in Yendel, coming back to Jubilee in Grenweld, and you all have kind of been meandering around trying to figure out exactly what the hell happened and why your thoughts are a little hazy on how it all went down. You're trying to piece together what transpired over the last few and figure out your next course of action.
And we gave the box to Vontaria, if I recall correctly.
We did.
Mm-hmm, indeed.
The box full of goo.
Yep, and typically, we've gone through and introduced our characters and all of that and things. If you want to know who people are, just ask. Currently, these are the people. Their names are their names. We're going to have to figure it out. So, thanks for popping by. If it's your first time, feel free to drop a note in the chat, and we will tell you anything you ask. Megan's a moderator.
Sure, a mod.
I know a guy named Ahmad.
We didn't end up going back to Summerside yet because, we were talking to Vontaria, and we just went back to the Dagger board to touch base and found out that our names have been cleared.
Yes.
So now we're not fugitives anymore. Yay!
It's true. Your names have been cleared.
I remember I was going to back up Webb investigating the boss of the Thieves Guild. Yeah, thank you.
Say it again.
Thieves Guild dude.
Yeah, Big Jake. We were going to do some investigating. I was going to stay at the Cockatrice.
Mm-hmm. The Rowdy Cockatrice.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, you and Roland were both, I think, going to stay at the Rowdy Cockatrice.
Yeah, I was going to
and do some sleuthing. Good old-fashioned sleuthing, right? Very nice. So yeah, that sounds good. So you guys are at the Rowdy Cockatrice. I believe, Calcine, you're going to head over to the arena for some reason or another.
No, I'm going to find a lead box to store this crystal in.
Yeah, I mean, besides that, there he is.
Oh, I mean, there's not really any room for me at the arena. I don't really need to be there if they're not going to let me fight, so...
Fair enough. Unless you want to check out the competition,
I don't give a fuck about the competition. They should be looking for me.
Fuck the competition. They should be looking for me. I like that approach. And Eric, did you hear what I said right before you got here?
What was I doing?
No.
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah, I'm in here.
What did I say?
Start. Normally you do introductions, but you need to...
Thanks, babe.
We're not going to do that. Know who we are. And if they don't know who they are, change it itself back. And Megan's a mod. What else?
What up?
Megan is a mod. Shukran, Megan. Since you're now a mod, I figure we speak some, Arabic. No? Too soon? All right, so
No?
the Rowdy Cockatrice, kind of a hovel of a place. Not the largest and greatest place to stay, bar to drink at, etc. However, it is quite happening. People like to go there because they can get rowdy and don't have to worry about anything besides a cold, hard knife from another person going there versus the guards themselves. The guards give the Rowdy Cockatrice a pretty wide berth, as it is well known that is Thieves Guild territory, and anybody going there goes so at their own risk. You enter in, and there are 15 wall booths around the entirety of the place, and there's about 10 tall tables with chairs around them. There is a long straight bar along the back wall. Inside here, there's about 20 or so odd people, kind of mix or match depending on who you see. Some going into the back behind the bar into what appears to be a kitchen where loud banging of pots and pans and things are going. There is also a stairwell along the right back corner wall on the far side of the bar that goes up to where you assume there's at least 8, if not more, rooms. It does appear to be a 3-story building. It's kind of a wide, almost tower-like building with a strange slanted one-slant roof, just kind of like a trapezoid. But you go in, and there's a mix of shady-looking characters. Nobody's really looks you in the eye, but you can tell as you enter that everyone does seem to notice you coming in. So you definitely come in, and they definitely notice you, but they don't act like they notice you. It's not like the cantina where you pop in and everything goes quiet, and everybody goes right and looks at you. But as your passive perceptions alone are enough to notice that at some point in time, the vast majority of the eyes of the place do turn and like notice you, give you kind of a quick look and glance, and track your movement as you come in and go to where.
How high are the ceilings?
This floor is about 12 foot.
Okay. I'm gonna follow Webb's lead.
I'm gonna look for an open table that's like a corner table, but I can like see the whole place.
Yeah, absolutely. So do you want the one by the stairs that go up, or there's a corner on the left, on the other side of the bar?
Which has the better view?
To see what?
The whole place.
They're both literally the same. One just is next to the stairs. So if you get over there, there's the stairs right there, so that you can kind of see up them about halfway. So you would be able to see people coming down from upstairs potentially by sitting there. But if you wanted, but your side would be at different times would be blind to the stairs because they're looking out at the rest of the bar.
Let's do the stairs.
Okay, so you wander on over. A limping, kind of slightly hunchback, thinning hair, 50-something-year-old human lady with warts on her nose and chin, a couple of gaudy rings on her fingers, a dirty apron, and wearing a skirt with knee-high stockings and kind of comfortable but clunky shoes. And a schmuck comes over and says, welcome to the Rowdy Cockatrice, you fucks! What are you having?
Milady.
She laughs like raucously, yes, and then slaps you on the back, laughing, like shakes you in your armor, like ooh. And, so she's pretty strong. I mean, she's about 5'5", 5'6", but she's also about 4 foot wide, and she's got a nice like kind of deformed lump on her right shoulder that kind of sticks her up a little bit. She's definitely been drinking. She smells like cheap whiskey, huh?
Like an Igor type of.
Not as bad, but yeah, noticeable.
Okay.
What are you boys having? Aren't you a wee bit little one? And she kind of tuffles your hair, wiggles your waggle. And the best part about it is Webb's hair constantly goes back to the exact pompadour it started in.
Sure.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It like go whoa 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 whoa. Well, because you've been using your Uncle Stappy or his beard balm in your hair too, and it just keeps it in good shape.
Yeah.
Uncle Pappy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow. Well, what's the special tonight?
Whiskey's always on special here. And she laughs, and you're not sure why. She thinks it's super funny. But I got some warm beers and cold beers. The price depends on what taste you have. We got fish and chips. I don't know if I trust them, but some people like them.
I'll take a fish and chips. Do you have anything to dip that in? I'm more of a dipping kind of guy.
We've got the best tartar.
Tartar guy.
Indeed.
Do you have any just like syrup?
Oh my gosh, you halflings and your tastes. I'll see what we have back there. We're not really a breakfast place, but sometimes some seared ham goes over well. But I'll see what I can find for you, Shorty.
Thank you. And I'll take a whiskey with that.
Whiskey it is. What about you, beautiful? And she pinches your cheek. Roland.
I'll take the fish and chips with a side of malt vinegar, and I'll take a whiskey as well.
You pointy-eared boys are right after my taste. Your ear matches my shoulder. And she takes a flask and slams a little whiskey or something. You're pretty sure it's whiskey as it dribbles down her fat, chin and like gets all crazy. And she stumbles off, says, 2 fish and chips, some whiskeys. I'll be back. Malt vinegar and some honey or syrup or something for the little fat one. I'll be back.
Can I do an insight check? I want to see if she's actually drunk or if it's an act.
Okay.
13.
I mean, for all intents and purposes, it seems like she's been drinking.
Seems authentic.
Yeah, it seems like she's been... Not only has she been drinking, but it seems like she may... I mean, 13 is not super great, but it's decent enough to see that she smells of booze. This bitch is a working alcoholic. Like, this is her... Like, she's probably paid in booze.
Yes.
Okay.
But she's, like, super nice and friendly, if a little, like, kind of raunchy humor and, like, kind of abrasive and just definitely kind of gross in a few different ways. But, like, ultimately pretty nice.
Good.
But, yeah, so she comes stumbling back with a couple of whiskeys, both mismeasured. Like, one's a little, like, higher than the other. And she slaps them down, sloshes a little on the table. And she says, the fish and chips will be out in a minute. And she, like, right standing next to you, Eddie, get these 2 fish and chips! You know, like, yells back to the kitchen. Then you hear some banging, and the guy goes, shut up, Sally! You know, like, whatever. And,
well, thank you, my dear. I didn't get your name. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm Sally.
Sally?
Yes.
I really appreciate your help. I'm going to ask her, who all do we have in here tonight? I'm going to flash her a gold coin.
Oh. She takes your shot and puts it down, and she says, I like you. And she kind of takes her mitt and puts it over your little tiny hand and takes the coin, slides her hand along yours at the same time, pockets the coin, winks at you, and says, that buys you at least an hour.
Oh, yikes.
Oh, okay. An hour. Oh, boy. What am I going to do with the other 57 minutes? Maybe after my fish and chips, I'll be ready to go.
Second helping's upstairs, you wink, wink. I'm sorry, guys. You guys went into the Rowdy fucking Cockatrice.
Oh,
all right?
That's what we wanted.
And so she says, you tell me what you need to know, Shorty, and I'll see if I can help. But I just serve the liquor around here, and sometimes I hear stuff and see things, but it's smart to keep your nose in your own corner. Other people seem to, stink. It's high noon time.
It's high noon.
Nice.
The drink, not the time.
Now? Huh? Are we sponsored now?
Yeah, high noon. Thank you for your drinking. The strawberry is actually pretty good.
That's fantastic.
Somebody left them in my house, and now I'm drinking them. So here we are.
So who do we see? If I'm perceiving?
Yeah, looking around. I mean, it's an average looking group of people. Nobody really stands out as extra flashy. I mean, there's a couple of darker, seedy looking characters kind of keeping to themselves in groups of 2 or 3. But there's humans. There's half elves. There's a pair of dwarves. There's about 6 halflings jumping around from place to place at any given time. They don't sit very still. It's a rotating door of people too. Like every once in a while, the door will open and somebody will leave, somebody will come in. See, it's a pretty happening place. Not wall to wall, but steady.
Any traffic up and down the stairs?
No one's gone up there as of so far. You've been there about 20 minutes at this point, and no one's really gone up to stay for the night. And keep in mind, I mean, I think it was, what time was it when we left off? You guys remember?
I don't.
I'm going to say that it was, late afternoon. So, I mean, it's not really bedtime or morning, so nobody's coming up or down necessarily, but they could be, just like you, looking to buy an hour of free time.
Sure.
When Sally comes back with the fish and chips, I'm going to ask her if she knows of any thieves whose services are available for hire.
Oh. Okay, so about 20 more minutes goes by, and she comes back by. She's like, "How's your whiskeys?" And you haven't touched yours, and yours is obviously empty. She's like, "Another round?"
I'll take another. Yeah.
Oh, good. How about you? You gonna ever touch that? You see, like you notice her hand kind of inching closer to it, like it's itching for some,
I'm just gonna drink it real quick.
Sly one, you old pointy ears. You're a man after my own heart. I see. Not even a flinch. You've done this before. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll get you another round. Be back here shortly. No mention of the fish and chips. Just kind of heads back. You see her free pour like two new shots. 3 new shots. Takes one. Brings it to you guys. Puts them down again. Mispoured. One's lighter than the other.
I'm gonna throw up a detect thoughts.
I was like,
I'm gonna literally throw up right now. I'm just looking at Sally's hump, knowing what's in store for me.
All right. See. Well, and so you're gonna do that when he says, "Hey, can you find us some thieves for hire?"
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. Max, I cut your entire forehead off somehow. I don't know why you're that. Yeah, there you are, my man. Just tilt it. But yeah, so. Sounds good. So she, as soon as he asked her that, she doesn't. I wouldn't say she gets quiet. It's hard for her to get quiet, as every time she breathes, it kind of rattles. Like just kind of rough. But
COPD.
Yeah, some of that for sure. But when you say that, she starts instantly. She thinks of Big Jake. She literally think when you say that, her first thing you can sense is a fearful thought of Big Jake, and then she thinks of someone named Timonion.
Okay.
What does she say?
She says, "Well, yeah, it's a dangerous world to speak of such things, but you are potentially in the right place if you know the right people. I have seen some that have come through here that are both helpful and some that are not. It really depends on what you're trying to do. I would need to know more, or I could maybe introduce you to somebody. It sort of depends on what kind of value you put on your life."
Oh, well, I can look after my own life. I just... I
bet you can. That's some nice-looking armor.
It's probably a simple matter for an experienced thief. So perhaps you could introduce me to one of the working men around here.
You seem nice. You guys want some food? I could probably get you something. Our fish and chips is in season. It's
we ordered that like an hour ago. I didn't want to say anything. Remember, I had asked for the syrup.
I'm just joshing you. The fryer was down. It'll be out here in just a little bit. I didn't forget. I didn't forget even a little bit.
Afterwards.
Of course. Well, they had to reheat the oil, and our wizard's on a hiatus, so it's all manual right now. Give me a couple of minutes. I'll be back here. You guys want another round? And she takes your shots and puts them down.
Give me one of those warm beers.
Okay. All right. She goes over and dips it in an open bucket over there full of beer. Brings 2 over and puts them down. And let me go check on those chips. And she heads off.
So, what do you think, Webb?
Well, I threw up a detect thoughts while you were talking to her. She definitely knows of Big Jake, and she named some other person named, what was it, Tomarand?
Timonium or something else. Timonium something.
That person.
We'll just call him Timad.
Do I get the sense that any of those people are in this room?
Not from her thoughts. You don't really know what either of them look like, because detect thoughts doesn't give you images, right?
Right. Well, no, I don't think that it gives.
It's just like thoughts. Like what are their words they're thinking?
Did she look like, oh, they're over here? Or...
No, she maintained as close to eye contact as she's had with you all this entire time.
Got it.
Yep. And don't forget to follow and subscribe if it's your first time popping by. I definitely appreciate you guys. And then also Diggity Dane TikTok is where we can get the real stream going eventually. So go over there and follow me on there too. Yeah, no, she didn't lose eye contact. She didn't look around the room. She's been kind of shifty in general, but another 10 minutes goes by and she's nowhere to be seen in the bar. You see one guy reach over the bar, grab a bottle and pour himself a drink. Another guy goes and gets a couple of mugs of ale from the warm beer bucket. And then after a little bit of time, she does come back out and she's got two kind of mismatched plates full of like a fish with still the eyes on it and everything, just a giant fried fish And she comes over with that, and then there's a bunch of sliced fried potatoes, and she puts them down. It doesn't look bad, but I wouldn't call it real good either. It's definitely like greasy. The fish is big, but it's not been completely cleaned correctly. Like it's not. You have to do a little bit of work to not eat bones the whole time. Ask Eric about that. Just kidding. All right, but she says, and I sent a courier out. He's gonna go and grab somebody for you. Timmy should be here in a little bit. No problem. And I don't know if he'll help you or not, but of the few I do know personally, he's probably your safest bet.
Okay. He's here right now. Should I go talk to him? Or?
You don't listen for shit, do you,
sorry.
halfling? I told you I sent a courier out to go grab him.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was distracted.
That's what took me so long. I had to step out back. It's all right. I'm sure it just went over your head. Anyway, so you guys are sitting there eating fish and chips and drinking beers and things. What's Agnes and Calcine up to? Because both Jill Sara and Magvaris had other affairs to attend to, apparently.
I'm gonna go to a tavern that isn't the Rowdy Cockatrice, someplace with a little bit more class, because Calcine's a classy barbarian.
Oh yeah.
And maybe see if I can locate my buddies Roger and Louie.
Wait, do what?
I was gonna see if my friends are out drinking.
Oh, you talk about the guys. What are their names?
Roger and Lewis?
I think that's right. Yeah, I was going to say Lewis. All right, yeah, no, so Roger and Lewis, absolutely. So you're going to go check, see if you can find them somewhere in Jubilee. I have good news and bad news.
Okay.
What do you want first?
Doesn't matter.
The good news is you find them both pretty easily. You go to the normal nightly haunts, and I mean that with the K and without nightly haunts. Double up. But yeah. So after just a little bit of searching around, asking around and stuff, you come across the pair of them. They're sitting by each other. Which one ran away and went to the forest because Evan told him he had to go fight the things in the forest?
They both did.
No, one snuck off. One escaped. One went off to fight him. I think it was Roger. I think Roger's because the fatter one. Which one's fatter?
No fucking clue. They both own a ham business.
Roger,
or something,
for sure.
Roger is fatter. He snuck off and got away and did his own thing, cowardly like. And then Lewis is the one that went off to see if there's anything to be done about whatever the fuck Webb was telling him to do, which was go and fight the things in the. Where was it? The Tangle Marsh.
Oh, the Tangle Marsh.
Tangle Marsh.
Yeah, he sent him off to the Tangle Marsh, but yeah. So they're both there. It looks like Lewis is kind of in a bad mood. He seems in a bad mood, and you notice he's missing 2 fingers on his one hand, and it looks like he's been maybe banged up a little bit. He's got some kind of wounds on him. He's not wearing his normal like knightly armor gear or whatever. He's just they're in their normal like nice livery or whatever. They are dressed well. He seems cleaned up. He doesn't look like he just came fresh from the battlefield, but it does look like he's nursing some injuries.
I'm gonna before I head out to drink for a night, I am gonna take my bib off.
Oh. Okay.
Just shove it in the bag of holding so that I'm not hanging out at a bar with a bloody
ass bib on. That is pretty funny, and I like that. Okay. That sounds good. So you go up to him, or are you what's your plan? Are you gonna listen in? You gonna slide right in, or is Agnes with you?
I don't know that we run in the same circles.
Yeah, she's not really super.
Welcome to join.
I'm Agnes Blacktongue. Your future told. Sorry, Eric. I know that's your line. Okay. So yeah, Roger and Lewis are there. They're like I said, Lewis looks pissed off. Roger.
Are they sitting close to the bar?
They're they're at a bar. I don't. Is there? Let me see if I pull the map up for this place. Jubilee.
I mean, I don't have to approach them right away. I mean, if they're looking kind of.
Oh, you'd be at the Royal Inn and Tavern is where you would be, where you guys got Mr. Butterbean.
Are they like talking in whispered tone? Do they look like they're?
No, Lewis has got his arms crossed. He's got a 3/4 full stout in front of him. He's sitting with his arms crossed, his tight to his chest. He's got a couple of retainers off to the side of him, looking kind of evasively or meekly over towards him, casting him glances occasionally. And then Roger doesn't seem like he's in as bad of a mood, and he's not nursing any wounds, but he definitely isn't his normal jolly self.
All right, I'm just gonna pull up a seat. Gentlemen, good to see you.
Lewis says, "Oh, hi, Calcine." And Roger goes, Calcine! Nervous laughter. How are you? Look, give Calcine something to drink. What are you drinking, Calcine? Of course, we've got you covered. We can't let a mighty warrior as yourself go, thirsty, especially with all the work you've put in at the arena. That's how you say arena if you're an old noble. Arena.
I'll have a mug of ale.
A mug of ale for Calcine! Calcine! Like some of the other younger knights in the background start to sing your battle hymn from the arena. It's like Calcination, no nation, Calcination, no nation. And then they start beating the tables like you see as somebody starts strumming a fiddle. They start. What's that?
I said, make that 2 mugs of ale.
Hey!
Sounds like we're gonna get rowdy.
And it's funny because there's a half elf bartender with long red hair, and he just pours both of them and just slides them down the bar straight out of a movie style, and you're just catch both of them real quick, whatever.
I'm gonna down the first one and pass it back, and then just take the other one and hold on to it.
All right, Constitution check to pound it.
Tug that first one right out the gate.
Yeah, let's just get down with it. Constitution. At advantage because you're inspired by the chant.
I mean, it's a 23. I don't really need.
Oh yeah, she quaffs it, and the place goes bananas. People start dancing, fiddles break out. Somebody's hitting the drum. Somebody else pulls out a violin. There's knights and their squires and their minstrels. You've got a pretty good. This is the Royal Inn and Tavern after the. It's basically the day or two after the end of the tournament. Even with all the shenanigans that went on, there's still a lot of them still just in town to see and Jubilee's a huge city, lots of business to be done and things. So yeah, you're having a good time drinking and whatnot. And you're going to ask one of them about a lead box? Or
oh no, I just was going to do that at some point. I don't have downtime actions that I really need to accomplish.
You're I'm fighting Calcine. I just need to fight shit and be mad.
Yeah, I just need a lead box. If you can tell me what I need to take out of my inventory in order to put that gem in a lead box in my inventory, then we can.
How thick a lead are we talking here?
Huh?
How thick a lead box are you talking? Like a chest that's lined with lead, or something completely made of lead?
It doesn't really matter. The spell, as far as the spell is concerned, even a thin layer of lead will keep it from being.
So just a chest with a layer of lead around the interior would be fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. You can get a chest like that for about 100 gold.
Done.
Crafted and everything. It'll take a day or two to get it to you.
It doesn't need to be ornate. I want to rush this.
I can have it for you in the morning, but it'll be a 125.
Got it.
You're yeah, fine. You're doing one of these, just money matters not, pigeon. All right, Agnes. Oh yeah, 125. Just real quick, Agnes. The throes of the future wash your body almost in a state of constantness that you're not used to. Typically, your visions come in waves much smaller than this. But ever since the unleashing of the void-spawned tentacles of demise and forgetfulness that took over the Elven Court at your guys' behest in ways, your visions have progressed. The things you see now flicker from many possibilities. The grasp you normally would hold on what future is to come seems less strong. It seems like the tendrils of fate have pulled and many strings sit before you, more so than typical. Some strands that you have a faint recollection of remembering existing at all seem to no longer even exist. It's messing with the woogies in your head a little bit. That being said, you get a sickening feeling that this was just the beginning of a very, very bad time. Maybe not just for Yendel itself, but possibly for the whole of the world. A scar-faced, red-bearded dwarf with a giant red beard and kind of lightened red hair that he keeps slicked back in a thick, high ponytail, keeps coming up, snarling, standing over you with a curved, sharp blade, blood dripping from it. You keep seeing visions of this kind of maniac, eye-filled, scary 4 foot by 4 foot cube of a dwarf. Just this thick dwarf of much power and a kind of a scary countenance. He's got a scar from his forehead down across his nose, over his lip, and down to the side of his face, below his chin. But he's gripping this curved blade, and on the curved blade you notice a shard of a strange purplish-looking crystal. The light pulsates this purplish color as he stands over you in your visions. That is the most prominent vision that you can grasp as your grasp on visions, etc., wanes and fluctuates with the strangeness of the times.
What color is the crystal we just collected?
I believe it was black. Right? You got the black one? Is that right?
That sounds right.
And the one we got that was stolen was green?
It was like aqua green-ish. Aqua blue, aquamarine. Okay, and then if you remember the color of the crystal at the crystal.
I was thinking that was blue, but am I wrong?
I'm pretty sure it's purplish.
Oh.
And if I'm wrong, it's now purplish. Because, damn, it's been a long campaign. But yeah, so that's a couple of things going on. As far as Agnes goes, I mean, you're in this giant city of music. There's plenty of places that you could do whatever you would like. Any thoughts on what extravaganzas you're going to hold on to, or if you're even staying here or going somewhere else, or what you would like to accomplish?
Yeah, so I'm pretty much going to try to use my scrying spell to see, number one, if I can scry for that dwarf now and get any kind of lock on him, and then maybe try to use it to piece together what happened with the other crystal, just by doing some vague stuff like who its owner was and stuff, since we don't really have any recollection of what happened.
Okay. So scrying is 10 minutes on self. You need a focus worth 1,000 gold, like a crystal ball, which I think you have. So second hand, you have heard of the target. First hand, you have met the target. Familiar, you know the target well. Likeness or picture -2. It's a memory. I'm gonna go -3.
I'm gonna throw some dice in there. That's for one of the guys. That's for one of the guys. That's the best rolls ever.
Who are they for? What are they doing?
Well, I was trying to figure out stuff about the dwarf and stuff about the crystal. I'm trying to figure out what was going on when we were at the Elven Kingdom.
With scrying?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm scrying for the dwarf because I know what he looks like.
All right, let's just start with that. Okay, so scrying for the dwarf. So the target must make a wisdom saving throw, which is modified by how well you know the target. So my save monitor is going to be minus. It's going to be plus 5 because he's second hand. You basically heard of him and seen him in a dream, right? I'm gonna go. Yeah, so +5. So I get a saving throw +5, which is here. And then you're not supposed to roll off against it. What's my DC? Level 5 divination spell.
And my strength, my modifier is my intelligence modifier is 3. My proficiency is 5. I think 18. That would be 10 plus my proficiency.
Yeah, nope. So you're able to find him. The scrying, when you look upon him, you see he's actually currently locked up in a prison somewhere underground.
Okay. Well, that seems appropriate. Okay.
There's a few others with him. I don't think you can hear, right? You can just see and hear. Okay. There's a few others with him. They're not doing a lot, really, besides sitting since they're in prison. But it's all dwarves around him.
All dwarves. He's in prison.
Underground.
Doesn't have a dagger with him.
Not currently.
Interesting. Okay. And then I would just try to do, like, vaguely whoever owned that crystal.
The purple crystal?
The black crystal that I picked. Because I'm going
You took it off of the king.
I don't remember that.
The king... Actually, I was thinking about this, and the king didn't get taken because he was dead before the thing came here. So the king is remembered, and so is the prince that went to the other plane.
Okay.
Which actually helps you guys, but piecing it all together was still... Like I said, all your memories got fucked with. So ultimately, the fact that you can remember them now is actually kind of cool. Good for you.
Okay. I'll take it as a win.
And you can scry him, and he is on a burial. He's shrouded by like a thin sheet on a dais, and they got him up, and there's a progression of elves around him, hymning songs, singing about his demise and not knowing what happened and how he died and what to do next. And he never it doesn't seem as if an error was declared, and just general chaos around. People around there, you can hear the murmurs of them as you watch it for a while, because you can concentrate for up to an hour. So if you watch for a while, you'll hear some. It's just some of the murmurings of the elves but they're speaking in Elven, so you'll have to cast tongue. So go ahead and mark that shit off too. Right? I mean, I assume you're if you want to hear what they're saying and you want to hear what they actually are saying, you're gonna have to do that. So.
Should they have tongues?
I mean, you're a wizard, so you could. So we'll just call it, right?
Probably do. I do.
I know you do.
Okay.
I remember.
Big tongue. I'll cast that bit.
Yeah, so you're hearing this elven chitter-chatter about they're not sure who the next ruler is going to be. There appears to be the one son is somewhere, but no one's seen him. The other son, no one's not sure what happened to him. There was a whole bunch of chaos. They're talking about everybody's in very kind of off-put moods. They're not sure what's going on. There doesn't seem to be. There's no one there to lead right now. Like, even the prince hasn't returned. Neither prince has returned. They're asking about the two princes and where they are. No one mentions the princess that you guys don't remember either. Yeah, I mean, it seems as if the elven state itself is not quite being ruled by anyone right now. Because everybody that was anyone was eaten by the doom. Tentacles.
That's fair, but I wouldn't worry about it. Okay. Alright, I am content with this information.
But you would be able to see that. I mean, there's a few people, but none of them appear to be of high rank, really. Most of the ranking, guardsmen running around are lower rank guards. They're not any real noble families there, but the few guards that were there managed to, put the few people who died before the Doom's tentacles came through up for their burial ceremonials and things like that. Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, back to the Rowdy Cockatrice.
Night at that point, yeah.
Say what?
I'm gonna call it a night at that point, pretty much.
Oh yeah, all right. So just real quick, get her in. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's 2 hours of you scrying stuff. Like, do you speak? Will you speak Dwarven without tongues?
Can I?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well you can cast tongues twice. If you're trying to listen to the dwarves too, they don't.
Probably cast it once and it was left over.
Fine.
If I needed it, I can cast it.
I'll take your argument as that's fine. That's fine. I don't know how long tongues goes for, but anyway, back to the Rowdy Cockatrice. Back at the Rowdy Cockatrice, you guys have been there about an hour or two. Pushing into the second hour now, honestly. And that being said, have you drinking any of your whiskey? Because I know she's drank all but one so far that she's put down. She would have offered to bring more over a few times.
I had a shot.
Yeah, I know you had the one shot.
Yeah, I had one shot and a warm beer.
Okay, all right. Just make sure you're taking off all that gold.
Were they good?
No, absolutely not. It's foul at best. The beer is nasty warm. It's obviously been out. It's relatively stale. But it is one that you can just go dip. If you head over there and want to fill up, you can dip yourself a new beer. It's more of a bucket than it's more of a barrel than a bucket. Gotcha. But it's just one they popped open that people can grab, and sometimes it goes quick. Sometimes there's a little stale beer for a while,
Roland, don't get the beer. It's hot hops. No one wants that.
I just ate the potatoes on my plate. I did not eat the fish.
Okay, yeah, the fish was pretty rough. There's a lot of bones in it. Super bony.
Syrup.
She brought out ketchup.
Oh, no, I'm touching it.
And didn't come back for 20 minutes. And is like, eat it warm or don't eat it or wait till it's cold. So
yeah, I didn't eat it.
At a certain point, you notice that she's napping in the corner. Like she's like leaned up against the side corner and she's kind of dozed off. Like her hunch against the wall and her head kind of hung down. She's like just over there kind of snoring and drunk. She's out for about 15 minutes. The people around the place generally just kind of continue about getting their own warm beers and occasionally reaching over, pulling whiskey or whatever across from the bar and pouring it
Dane, you said she was wearing some rings?
Yeah, some kind of gaudy rings.
Not valuable?
I mean, she likes them. I mean, they might be worth something. I mean, you didn't really get a great look at them. You just noticed they were kind of bulky.
I'm just going to leave it.
Okay, no worries. But after she wakes up, though, she does go back to the kitchen, and you hear some banging around, and she comes out with like a couple trays full of what looks to be some actually pretty decent bread, like homemade, like oven-baked bread. So there's like 3 loaves of it, and she slices it up and kind of starts taking a couple slices around to all the tables, and she seems jolly. She seems well-rested. Like she's like... She doesn't seem to remember you guys. She's welcome, and she's much nicer, like much less like drunk and like crazy. She's like, so nice of you to stop by. First time. I'm sorry the table's dirty, and she like clears the stuff away and she wipes the table down. She's like does some other things, and she like heads over and grabs you guys a fresh pitcher of water and a couple cups and two goblets with wine. She sets it down. She's like, here you are.
I'm rolling insight on this.
While she's doing all that, before she comes up, I'll turn on another detect thoughts, and I'll ask her, or I'll tell her, oh, great to meet you. We're here to actually meet with, and I'll look around, and I'll say,
Jimmy. With who?
And, no! Jimmy. and the T name, whatever the T name is.
Yeah, Timonial.
Yes.
Okay. So you say we're here to meet with Big Jake, or we're here to meet with what is it, Timonial?
Yes, both names.
All right. Well, when you say Big Jake, she goes, "Ooh, I wouldn't want to meet with him. He is not friendly. I don't even really know him, but I just heard bad things."
Sure.
Okay, and then she stops. She says, "Now, Timonial, let me tell you, I do like Timonial. Timonial is a nice Timonial. Timonial's nice to look at. Let's just say it. A big fan.
Is he a human?
She is indeed. Well, they are they're an elf. They've been around a long time. They've lived in a bunch of different places. And honestly, they're a lot of fun to look at. But you know what? Did you guys want anything to eat? Here's some bread. You got the wine. And it's like, I'm sure if it seems like it's getting late, we make a killer pot roast. Would you guys like some pot roast?
Yeah, I'd love some pot roast.
Heck yeah.
Okay,
I got you. I'll take care of it. And then so she, it seems just completely different. Like she's still crazy looking. Like all the things are the same there, but her temperament and like drunkenness and everything just after her like 15-minute corner nap just came back strong. And the food's better. Like the wine is decent, the bread is decent, the bread's pretty good, no butter or anything.
When she leaves to go put our orders in, what did I get from
the tech thoughts
where Big Jake and
she had no reaction to Big Jake. Besides her initial, I don't really know him stuff. But Timonial, her thoughts were, they're fine. And she starts kind of like just talking about how fine this person is. From their height being, above average for an elf and their build being a little broader than even the typical slender elves. And like she's just so close to a human, but so young for so long. And ever since she was a little girl, she just knew he was just they or them. She never could tell, but like they're just built well and sturdy. I mean, they always wear like a kind of a stiff, leather type armor. Hang on.
Okay.
When you were cleaning my bathroom, did you see little scissors?
I don't know, honey. I don't know. I have to look later.
Interesting.
Can you hear me?
Web. So we didn't get a location. We just got more info about what Timonial looks like. Yeah,
she didn't have a location, honestly. She just she did think of a couple of different like places, but nothing that said Timonial for sure. Just kind of a general side of town.
And Big Jake, it was more like she just knows Big Jake and
more knows of him. Hasn't been here, in this state when he's come in. But you basically hear that Timonial is a tall, dark, and handsome, kind of they/them type elf that is smooth, like a smooth talker, just kind of very nice.
He's a cut purse type character.
Not as much as like a street cut purse as a bamboozler.
Got it.
Like they rob the rich in other ways.
Got it. I'll relay that to Roland.
Thanks.
It's
Bob.
kind of the general feel for what she thought of him, but also she respects the fact that he sleazes people. Thinks it's kind of smooth that he can handle it like that.
You don't got no scissors over here?
I don't know, honey. Yes. There's some on the table right there.
So we get the pot roast. It's good, right?
Yeah, she eventually brings the pot roast. The pot roast is delicious. Calcine, are you going to continue drinking for some time at this place too? At the Royal Inn?
My buddies have anything worth talking about?
Yeah, they both are pretty offstandish. I mean, they're happy to get you drunk and appear to be having a good time in quotations, but really you get the feel that they're closed-mouthed a bit. You haven't really seen them since the one ran from the demon, the other was ensorcelled by your teammate. They obviously respect the fact that you could murder the shit out of them.
They what?
You're pretty sure they respect the fact that you could just destroy them. And they're not, they're not going to like...
I don't have any reason to, so
there's
no need for...
But they're itchy nobles,
Yeah, so I'm going to buy a round for them and ask them what's been going on in Jubilee for the past couple days.
Okay, you can get Roger to open up a bit for you. That's the heavier set of the two, the one that snuck off, I believe. Did I get that right? I keep getting them mixed up.
I can't keep them straight.
Yeah, one of them, the heavier of the two. I think it's Roger. Let's just go with Roger and Lewis.
Roger,
That's what it was. So yeah, the heavier of the two, Roger. He He'll eventually talk to you some about that if you inquire about how things have been. He's still, again, not super open, but he says, since the tournament, the nobles have been kind of vying for who to back, and they have obviously Lord or Knight. What's your guys? I guess he's a Lord here soon. He's a Knight right now, but he's your boy. Yeah, Butterbeans. That's right. Knight Butterbeans. The people are kind of, there's some of these two in particular have rallied behind him a little bit to kind of support him because the calcination influenced them. They did. But there's a few other knights in town that aren't really feeling like his potential ascension as the princess's boo thing. With the absence of the Baron and everything, like it's been. Yeah,
I'll ask for some hot gossip, and if they don't have anything they're going to give me, then I'll try to talk shop a little bit. Getting back into the business since we're going to go back to Summerside soon, getting back into the business, so...
You gonna try and sell some bacon real quick to these guys? Get their whole night ready.
Doesn't one of them own like a ham shop or something?
I mean, they do now. If they didn't, they do now. Shit.
I'm pretty sure you said that one of them runs like basically a honey baked ham.
Yeah, that's Roger. Operation. Roger, honey and ham. Yeah, that's Roger. That's right. Honey ham Roger. That's where he got most of his money. His family's been in the honey ham business for a long time.
Sure.
They own a lot of farms of pigs. Hogs. They have a wild boar selection that they hire people to go kill.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. So yes, that's the good stuff you get from them, Megan. Honestly, Calcine is able to hear about the inner workings of kind of Butterbean's situation with his potential ascendancy to a pretty high-ranking nobleman. You don't hear of anything super nefarious, just some mild opposition potentially. They don't have any information besides that really on that subject.
What do they know about? Like, is the they're not cultists, are they? What are the?
Oh, the new order of monks. Yeah, the Brotherhood of the New Way
of Steel.
No, of Steel of the New Way. They mostly were dispersed. It ended up that. That's what happened with Larry, is he lost most of his loyal knights to fighting them. That's why he's all banged up. So they managed to take care of it, but they took a pretty heavy loss. So even though they're nobles, they're at lower end of their power right now. Larry especially.
I'll offer up Magvarus's healing services.
Magvarus appears out of just as if he was always behind you, just waiting waiting for you to say something to him. He's like, yes, Calcine, you need me. It is I, Magvarus. And he throws his hair back a little bit, and he's like, step aside. May the light of Perego shine upon you, brother knight. And the knight's like, oh, thank you. And he's like, yes, go and have some spaghetti in the name of Perego, and you shall be healed. And he hands him a big bowl of fucking spaghetti with meatballs, and Larry fucking smashes it, and he's all healed up Perego style. And Magvarus says, thank you, and he pets Waggles, and Waggles does a quick jog around the room and comes up and won't settle the fuck down, and Magvarus says, chill! Finally he goes, ooh, and he runs off or hides out front. You notice that the little dragon's hanging on the bottom of Waggles, wrapped around his neck like a collar. Just kind of taking a nap. He's got his whole team. And then Magvarus, just as easily as he snuck the fuck in here, it was healed in the name of Magvarus is his power. He just kind of sidesteps back into the shadows. And he kind of steps back into the shadows.
He's his own god.
Yeah. Magvarus' straight connection to Perego's power. I can now cook his wellness into existence. All right, so that happens with Magvarus, and then no one sees it, but Jilsara murders somebody randomly out in the streets, from the top of she's on a roof, and she sees somebody who she thought looked at her wrong, and she just puts an arrow through him.
She throws him into the bag of holding.
Yeah, takes it with her. Over the last 3 days, there's been 7 disappearances.
They just vanished.
Yeah, no one can find her. Willie, where the fuck is Willie? Oh my god! All right, well, at least we got Magvarus and Jilsara caught up too. We know what they did. Magvarus popped in and did some healing. He went off and healed some knights. and sold a bunch of the armor and stuff that he found. Like he went out by himself and got all the like remaining gear that they didn't pick up from the battle, and brought it back to sell for himself from the church. Right? I mean, that's what he would do. He would go like, let's go get all the equipment.
He wanted to do some shopping, so that's exactly right.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, and then eventually you guys will drink yourselves through that evening, getting your information settled for the, from catching back up for the few days you missed. What you'll ultimately all come to realize between the elves, the dwarves, and these people here at Jubilee is that the government for the dwarves, the government for the elves, and the government here in Grenwald itself is in kind of peril. All of the acting powers that be are in upheaval. It seems as if in Corsoff, the dwarves are amidst like a giant civil war over the seat of power of the Dwarven Empire, which is the Crystal. And they've had a pretty bad civil war going on. In the Elven Kingdom at this time, there's truly no seat of power showing themselves. The high elf brother that was to take the throne has disappeared to another plane of existence, and no one has seen him since. And then the younger one, no one knows what happened to. Well, you guys would remember that he was killed because he was in his room and was never around that. So you'd remember something killed him, but you wouldn't remember who, because that guy got eaten by it. And then here in Jubilee, the seat of power here in Grenwald, the overall head seat on the council is sitting vacant as the Baron has been, struck down as he was led by those demons and you guys destroyed him. So that seat too is vacant, and currently you have one of those seats, an ally, a staunch supporter of your group, potentially being set to take a relative position of power. If his betrothed and him set through things, he'll have a healthy chance of taking that power if he so chooses.
And potentially the dwarven ally, because we rescued that old dwarf.
Which one?
Remember we got him out of the prison, and he was like part of one of the royal lines.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Yeah, back you're talking about back from the Sea Temple, right?
Mm-hmm. Where we rescued my queen, my princess queen.
Okay.
Oh, from from where we found Eric, not from the from the Snake Temple, where we found Vontarian.
Yeah, Vontarian.
Yes, that's where you found Vontarian. Is where you met the dwarf. You mean?
No.
Where we got Eric, or where we
Oh yes, yes, that's right. Well, okay, I remember.
We freed the dragon.
Yes, the dragon. You guys freed the dragon, and then you have the old dwarf that was in there. You guys saved as well.
Arguably, the dragon freed itself.
Well, he was not getting out without me.
Yeah, we helped. He helped.
Yeah, a little bit of all that. All right, so then you guys get back together the next day. You've kind of accumulated all this knowledge, and you guys are sitting around the same exact fucking place somehow or another. Magvaris and Josara are still busy doing their own thing for now. But the rest of you are here and are able to chat for a little bit about what you've learned in each of your places, as well as what your future plans look like.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to ask if they know anything about the dwarf.
Say. Can you tell me more about what you're asking them, so they can hear more than just the dwarf?
When he describes that dwarf, does it? It doesn't sound like Gunther or Ganther. It doesn't sound like
not at all.
Guys. It just sounds like maybe it's some dude in Corsoff that's
could potentially try and kill Agatha or Agnes.
Unknown dwarf. Okay.
But an underground prison sounds like something that happened, something from the crystal, right?
Right. And so does the gleaming crystal on the blade.
Because Webb found that spot underground, further underground. I guess we were in the mountain, but
yeah.
Yeah, there was a few different times, but yeah, the crystal on the blade speaks to the crystal at least, if not the prison. But the prison does to your thinking as well as to mine for the most part. There's ways it couldn't, but it definitely seems fair.
So we have one orb in our possession now.
Yeah, Agnes has the black stone.
Well, I got a lead case for it now.
Yeah,
we had one.
There's a knock on your door, and the lady's there with your chest. Here you
go. We had another one, but it broke or disappeared. What happened?
I didn't put it in lead. I buried it in the basement of my butcher shop, and it got taken. I think that Gunther took it, but I don't have any proof of anything. That all happened right before we went on the lam.
Mm-hmm. Do I need a performance check or something for my night with Sally?
You know what, too, though? We still have to talk about Timmy showing up eventually from her, but it did not happen that night. It did not happen that night. So that can be left for a second. It did not happen.
Okay.
But she did mention it, and you guys mentioned it again. And she stayed jolly the rest of the time you guys were there.
Oh, good.
That seemed like she was in better spirits and not drinking quite as much. But yeah, so that sounds good. You guys are all chilling, then talking about that, and then what are your guys' thoughts on like where you're going to want to go next? Like what you want to look into, what you're not like? Are you going to get involved with anything in particular? I know we have a dwarf that we're looking into that's in possibly Korsoth, but
it sounds like we need to wait for Vontaria, and we probably need to touch base in Summerside with Vontaran and like make sure that everything's settled there, and then see. I don't know, checking at the Dagger. I feel like we've got to go back to Summerside and like not tie up loose ends, but like I don't know, figure out the state of things there, because
I mean
that seems to be where everything originates.
Seems realistic.
Okay. You guys continue about talking about your day and what you guys are doing. And eventually, a knock comes again. We're just saying you guys have a door for your general space you're staying. You know, and the knock comes on the door, and it's Vontaria, and she has with her a retinue of two darkly clad tall half-orcs. One of them stays outside, and the other two, her and the other one, come inside to your area. And he gets her a chair, and she sits on it. And you're all the four of you are in front of her, and she looks around and doesn't say anything, but you can tell she's maybe looking for the other two missing folks. She pats Waggles on the head briefly. And he seems to take to her for a moment, but then kind of heads off and does his own thing again, fighting around with the Velveteen Dragon. That's a joke from the other game. So if you guys caught that, you've been watching. She comes before you, and she looks. She says, "I see you four have returned."
Returned. I see you've returned.
Yes. Did you accomplish everything you set out to do?
Didn't we just talk
Is she for
about
real?
that yesterday?
Since
Insight check.
Since yesterday, have you?
For sure.
Oh, a 2. The worst roll.
I got an 18.
Okay. She seems to be probing to see like if you found anything you see as interesting here in Jubilee over the last day or so that you've been back. Essentially, so you're back and you know, like anything come up that.
What did you find out about the slime?
What'd you say?
I said, what did you find out about the slime in the box?
The sign in the box?
The slime. The goo.
Oh, the slime in the box. Oh. It appears to be some highly strange arcane magic. It's the writings themselves are very intricate and appear to have some abyssal overtones.
The writing?
The way it's written, the kind of the cadence of it has an abyssal cadence. Once I remove
writing on the box, is that what she's referring to?
Oh yes. Once I was able to get the slime out, which took most of yesterday, because I wasn't able to physically touch it myself. Many lives were lost trying to get the slime out, but we managed to get the slime out and into another container. And inside the box itself, huh?
I said should have cast shop vac.
She pulls out documents. She's like, "All right, enough talk." She pulls out documents and she slaps them down on the table in front of you guys, and she's like, "This is what is written on the inside of there." And there's a strange, abyssal, arcane-like cadence of words speaking to the doom and void of existence. And how nothing really ever should exist, could exist, or has existed, and it all should be returned to the void. And then it says, and then so void tentacles of darkness arise, and then that's essentially the spell that came out. So the void tentacles came from the box, chewed shit up, and those were voided.
Well, it sounds like we're lucky we weren't within range.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure what it would do. That's why I told you to run.
So she now remembers. It seems like she remembers more than she did last time. We're just going back on this. We're walking back.
She does seem to be more aware, but she still seems kind of aloof, and she's not as firm on what the hell happened as maybe even you guys are. It seems Jilsara had the most recollection of something happening. All of you were disoriented. But she was the least disoriented, and then now her and Magvaris have broken off to go do God knows what. All these 7 different people are missing in this, the city, just in that general area.
Any of you guys know Abyssal?
Magvaris, I think there's somebody that needs some help.
Magvaris appears again. Okay, but yeah, so she's there. She busts out documents and it says basically what I just mentioned, as far as the arcane script with the abyssal cadence. It's talking about void and doom and like taking existence and just folding it upon itself so it returns to the chaos that was. Things like that.
Well, I mean, we must have done what we had gone there to do. There was Jelsara keeps talking about a dragon. Maybe that's why we finally. Maybe the box took care of that too.
Dang. For a half-orc barbarian, Calcine always has like the insights. She's like, "Oh, you guys, honestly, this would be a way to make a bunch of money. Let's sell the bacon." Mm-hmm. Or stuff like that. Oh yeah, entrepreneurial spirit that Calcine is.
Okay, some people got it.
Gotta follow, the whole nation. All right, so. But she's there. She seems to be sharing openly what the hell she found out about it. Apparently the goop or the ooze or slime that had come out of it is highly deadly to the touch. Like over 8 people died trying to remove it before they figured out what it was that wouldn't be destroyed at touching it.
Over 8? So was it 9?
It was 9. Exactly 9.
It's an unlucky number. It's an unlucky number. Over 8. Over 8. I'm telling you.
We stopped counting at 8.
Halflings don't count as a whole person, I guess. No. Over 8 is all she'll say.
I'm going to look at the papers.
It was 8 people, and then they started using gnomes and halflings.
It's not mattering so much. And then we really started using goblins, and those, who knows, 40 goblins died for the creation of this paper.
Little tear forms in my eyes.
Yeah, I know, you're like, Marvin's pissed. It's like all his cousins, all the Wemmings. William and Wemming and Whippy and Whoppy and Whoopy and Yep, all the W named ones they're gone. The whole tribe.
Them names,
whole tribe.
But it's fine.
Well, it's his cousin. It's his cousin. M and W. They flip it for the other side of the world.
You started talking about NPCs, and I just remembered we never caught Borla.
Who?
Borla.
Borla.
We never caught Borla.
What were you gonna do with him?
Well, he ran from the arena like a
He did
little bit.
run. Yeah, he ran.
Oh, yeah. You see, he's like sitting over there drinking in the corner at the bar, just hanging out, like not afraid. He's like, "I'm back, bitches." You see his resurrected whole family near him.
No.
Okay, so does the writing make any sense to me if I don't speak Abyssal?
Yeah, I mean, it's just you can read it. It's arcane script. I mean, you can use your know-how to read it for sure. It's just that the way he's saying that the way is, or she was saying that the way that it is written, more so the cadence than the actual scripting itself, is like an abyssal overture.
I see. I understand.
But so it's some kind of dastardly weapon, and it was made to essentially be opened and then pop up and just explode and be devastating. And it looks like it was.
Is there any hint of who created it?
No, not that I could tell. We're still investigating the box some more. That being said,
So I do
you know
have.
where she got it?
I still can't really say.
Can or won't?
Both. But
So
what I will
I-
say is, it may make sense, and hear me out, with the chaos, and she kind of laughs, that the world is facing currently, from all my understanding. I happen to have another box.
Okay.
And I was just thinking, if someone could go and deliver this to whoever's running one side or the other of this dwarven nonsense, we could maybe speed things up and save a lot of lives.
Well, at least more than 8.
Well, I would hope. I would hope we would save more than 8. But I feel that for the greater good, it behooves people of power such as yourselves to take it upon yourselves to help to shape a better future. I know you can get things done. I've been around for a long time, and power such as yours, though it does rise, oftentimes does not rise as glamorously, if dark, as yours has.
I'm rolling another insight check.
Yeah, me too.
Not as good this time. I'm
Oh,
pulling a 11.
terrible. Man. I'm changing colors.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, she seems to be just talking.
Straight up, just really handing out nukes like it's no big deal, and I don't love it, especially since I don't remember the last one.
But listen, you don't have to do this. I don't have it here. I would have to get it for you. The difference would be thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dwarven and possibly other lives. Just take a small, concentrated hit against a withered and diseased head of a otherwise healthy beast. Take it out, and the dwarves can live in peace under the clan of the better choice. Isn't it?
Man, a better choice.
I don't even care which clan, just one that can hold it together and do trade with the rest of us. Maybe one that's less xenophobic. That's why
I
the
feel like you've said this before. Apparently, the solution to world peace is just getting rid of the xenophobes and with nukes.
Correct.
Vantaria has her way.
So to be clear, she's sending us on another assassination mission.
Correct.
Sending isn't the right word. She's offering a choice.
Correct.
So, what I will say, am I okay with having a backup plan in case the chat fucks us again? Absolutely.
Yeah, chat did come after you guys. That was crazy.
Hard.
That was crazy. Like there was there was a dragon. There were demons coming out of a portal.
None of that was okay.
Yeah.
And they polymorphed our fucking healer.
They probably worked the healer into a woolly mammoth. You
I
know
had
what?
to stretch 4 times.
Oh yeah, all the stretch. They're making a stretch.
My water's empty. I don't need to hydrate anymore.
Well, it's hiding time.
Do not spend them. I'm not interested.
Oh, I got this. I got this. All right. So yeah. So she says it. She says it straight out. I'm not sure how I came to even possess of these. I believe in swift and brutal justice and the righteousness of those that have the best interests of the world at heart, more so than just their one stupid place or kind. I've been around too long for the racism of my own elven race to affect the rest of the world. The same with the dwarves and the rest of you. All of us. So it's scary, I'm sure, but you lot being the heroes that you are, the villains that you are, isn't it? If not you, then who would end this gruesome war for the dwarves and possibly set up some sort of world economic group that can get all of these heads to work together to make peace for all of our lands? Root out the evil.
So she wants us to assassinate some people and start NATO?
Yeah, she's thinking big picture. Like she's talking. She knows about these different houses being in turmoil. She's not stupid. She's been around for 800 plus years, probably more than 800 years.
I'm gonna ask her if she's considered the Alabaster Tower, because we have heard a rumor that they are nearing a full council.
You're back, baby.
Isn't she the one that told us that?
Oh yeah,
Someone told us that.
She might have been.
It was her.
No.
Just because that way, that's fine.
No, that was the steward, I think.
Oh, the steward. Yeah, the steward.
oh
yeah.
Correct.
That's good. So she says, "Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who they're missing?"
Do we know who they're missing?
I don't think he knew.
Can
Just-
I roll
just
for that?
Just that they were gathering somewhere soon, and they were near to completing their council.
If you can,
It had been cited where?
what?
I mean,
There
I
were
think
sighting,
the steward told us
sightings
where
of
it had been
somewhere.
cited.
Oh, the Alabaster Tower.
Yeah,
Morzan?
Is more
Yeah, in Morzanth.
but she seems interested in this news.
Yes. Actually, she does. She's definitely interested. She clings to it, asks questions. She's, okay. You say the Alabaster's Tower shall soon have an entire council.
Mm-hmm.
Who upon the council remains to be found?
Do we know any of that?
Maybe.
We did see the Alabaster.
Well, I mean, you know a couple. You know some things. I'd allow a knowledge history,
We know
or
one potential member.
Arcana.
yeah. I mean, do you want to tell her that, or
I don't really know why she's so
Gonna re-roll
interested.
that natural one.
natural one? You're doing good.
Gosh,
gonna
I'm
roll an
rolling
insight check
terrible
before I
tonight.
tell her anything else.
That might have been my best intelligence check ever.
Aw.
I rolled a 14 insight. Is she
See,
concerned interested or like intrigued interested?
intrigued.
That doesn't help me.
She wants. She's very. I mean, she's very interested, and you're not sure if she's needs to know. We don't know why she's interested, but she's definitely interested. She asks questions about it. She says, who's left? You guys are able to come up with how many answers? Potentially, Rigby.
Oh, I don't know shit. All I know is one of our
Rigby
dudes.
was taken already a long time
Yeah,
ago.
By the
Rigby was
Alabaster
there.
Tower, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, though. So, like, you maybe know that he's there. Maybe he's on it or not. Do you tell her that you know of someone?
I don't believe Roland knows.
No,
Rigby,
you don't
so-
know Rigby. That's true. It's true.
I say we think we know one of them, but I don't know what does that mean? What does that tell us?
Oh, I would love the ear of the Alabaster Tower. They've been known to do great things and awful things, but great things in the name of righteousness, but also in the name of keeping the peace. They're a fickle flame, but a powerful one. The council, so many voices, and yet so many options.
vague and doesn't sound hopeful.
Well, I mean, she's not. It seems like she wants to be able to talk to the council. She's, if they were to ever convene, she'd like to be able to have the ear of at least someone on that council. Oh my gosh, she's like breaking through the wall like Kool-Aid for it. I mean, she seems to be a political kind of maneuvering person. They seem to. She's not saying she's vying for power, but she does seem to have her hands in a lot of different pots.
She wants to be in the ear of whoever has the power. If we got all that information without telling her about Rigby, I am not going to tell her about Rigby.
I don't think Agnes knows Rigby either, so really it'd be up to Webb. Webb, are you going to talk to her at all?
No, not about Rigby.
Oh, you still like him, even though he abandoned you?
Black Star are not narcs.
Oh,
exactly.
Let's just
Heyo.
get stitches.
I don't really know much about him. The guy showed up, then he disappeared. We don't really know shit about him.
We knew him for like 4 days.
Was it 4 days or was it 400 days? It felt like it was a year.
Either way.
Oh my god, it was like almost a year. And then he just disappears for Roland. Like, what is happening? Like, are you about to change again? Is it about that mark?
I have now played Roland for like twice as many levels as I played.
Way longer.
Yeah,
Okay.
way longer. Rigby was not around for long.
Poor Rigby. All right, so all that sounds good, right? So do you guys have any other questions for her before she rolls out with her brute squad?
Is she leaving the box with us?
I am the brute squad.
She doesn't have it with her. She doesn't just carry that shit around. But she would. I mean, if you guys accept the box as a way to handle, she will give it to you.
So the refresh my memory. The Dwarven Kingdom is
Coruscant.
Yes, they are like, aren't they in a civil war right now?
100%.
Yeah.
So that is like
Anarchy.
It's not going to be like going to the Elven Kingdom where they're like having this little ceremony. It's like a war zone, right?
Correct.
And we have to go there anyway because of the crystal. The good news is we've been there, so Jilsara can just pop us down in there.
True.
So we don't have to deal with all the bullshit that we got on the way in.
Like climbing the mountains and fighting
flying on the bird
and the maze and yeah, all that shit.
Or I could pop us too.
I could pop us
Yeah,
too.
either way. I would rather use a charge of hers rather than a spell slot of yours. But either way, yes.
All right. Well, I mean, that sounds pretty good, though. And so you guys talk to her. Everything seems fine. Any last shot at her?
I don't think we have anything else for her.
All right. Her and the brute squad dip out. And you guys are left alone. What's your thoughts and what you want to do? She just says, let her know about that, and she'll accommodate you if that's what's going on. She says she'll be in town for 2 days, and she has some things to take care of.
Where's she going?
Is it the next day?
It can be if everybody's cool with that night. And the next day happens. You guys wake up, smash some breakfast. Everything's going smooth. Anybody have anything in the morning they're doing in particular?
Nah.
Nah. All right. Cool. Well, eventually, as the day goes on, you guys will come across Tim. They will show up, smooth as silk. Roll up right next to you. Webb kind of stands next to you. See a close to 6 foot tall, dark-haired elven figure in very nice leather armor covering the entire of their bodice. Has a sweet rapier at their side and a hand crossbow along their waist as well. A cape down the lower back, all in black and grays with some white cuffs. Big chillin', sweet swoopy doopy like musketeer style hat.
He's approaching me, or
he's like next to you. Like you guys are all around places and doing whatever you're doing about your day. Whether you're out front or you're inside this establishment downstairs having to smash some food or whatever. Eventually, at some point, wherever the hell we need you guys to be for this to progress forward, Tim shows up right along your side. and just essentially poofs right next to you. And it's like, I heard that you were asking for me.
You must be
Timmy!
Big T. Big, sexy T, I see. Yeah, we need your help.
Oh, you gotta tell me more.
You know Big Jake?
I do indeed.
What's your thoughts?
That is a big old mean asshole, but I don't mess with Big Jake.
That's kind of what I'm thinking of. And I think he needs to be taught a lesson.
Oh, you are talking to the wrong cat, cuz.
Yes, I love this guy. He's essentially dude love, and I'm here for it. It's fantastic. Okay.
I can't tell if he's high as fuck or just like.
Keep my composure. Well, see, we need some intel, and I'm willing to pay for it.
Hey, I know all the secrets of the goddamn universe. You feel me?
I believe him.
What kind of money are you talking about, wee one?
I'm gonna just jingle a pouch that I have. It is very full.
Okay. You ask me what I need to know, and I will learn it real quick. You all right?
All right. I need you to get the scoop on Big Jake. Where is he at? What's he like to do? Who's he hang out with? What's he running? And how can we take him down?
Hang on one second. Absolutely. That's a lot of information, but I could probably come up with a little bit of that. What do you say that is? Is that silver or is that gold? Do you feel me?
I'll like open it up a little bit. I'll just like kind of look around, and you see gold, you see gems, you see some platinum, you see some silver sprinkled in there, but for the most part.
All right, so it's a pretty healthy bag of a mix and match of things. Give me 1 second.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And while he's looking at that, he tells me that I actually look just like him.
Sorry, my buddy just got here.
Twins.
No, all right. Guess it's Joanna. So we lost. Who did I lose? Did I lose you to where, Roland?
While you were gone, Big T was just telling me that we kind of look alike, so we probably are twins.
Big T, yeah, you and Big T, yeah, absolutely. He said, yeah, brother, you look just like me. I feel you got that nice little pompadour, and that beard is pretty squirrely on you there. I don't usually see dwarves like you. You feel me? And then, as you guys are chatting along and stuff, and he's just like doodling down like in real smooth cursive writing on a piece of paper as he's chatting with you up or whatever. He's just kind of dotting some stuff down, looking around like all smoothy, doozy, kind of rubs his chin all player like, and then he just rolls it, sprinkles some sand on it, rolls that little thing up, ties in a little black velvety bow, or sprinkly bow dude. He hands you that shit. And he says, "Let me get that sack right there. You feel me?"
I'm gonna do you one better. I give him the sack.
Mm.
And I also give him. What do I give him? I give him my amulet of the drunkard.
Your amulet of the drunkard?
I've had this thing forever. I've never used it. But I give it to him and I tell him if he needs this, he can regain 4d4 plus 4 hit points when he drinks a pint of ale, mead, beer, or wine.
What?
Yes.
Oh.
Why have I not been wearing this?
I have been, and I just never use it.
Does that require attunement?
It does.
I mean...
It's actually pretty good.
It's
I would
fantastic.
use that.
It is fantastic.
Wine is a lot cheaper than health potions.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah, for sure.
What's your passive perception, Max? What is Roland's passive perception?
Roland, it's not great. Let me see. 13.
My passive is like 1 billion.
Passive. I know yours is, but I need Max's. Let's see. Max, what was yours? What did you say? What it was?
13.
Oh, sorry. I guess 13. So yeah, your passive perception is 13. Okay, that's fine. You're chilling. Cool. So yeah, he slides you this thing, and what were you doing after that? You give him what now? You give him this amulet of the drunkard. He gets excited. Oh, brother, this is just too nice. These two beer steins on here cheering. I just really like this adornment.
This is how important it is to me.
All right. Well, here, listen. You read that note right there, and if you need any more information, you just give me a call right here. And he slips you a stone.
Oh yeah, sending stone, baby.
Listen, money bags like you, power like the lot of you. You know, I know where the money lies and the power is. So
yeah, we can grease the right wheels.
We can grease the right wheels. Yeah, he's happy. He's not. He is a little. You can tell he's a little. You know, but the amulet puts him over the top. So he does seem to be willing to be your informant of sorts with inside the thieves organization.
Thanks, Big T.
All right.
Sally had a lot of nice things to say about you. You should probably go over and thank her.
Agnes, you wake up to a vision of a when you wake up in the morning of this day, you wake up to the vision of a cell door being kicked open, pried open and kicked open with tools from inside a dark prison. You see lots of short, hairy figures rushing out.
Harry?
Well, that's not good.
Yeah, short, hairy figures, you know, like dwarves.
I'm gonna close the door again.
The mission, he's like, just shut it. Fair enough. Guest has joined. Let's get Evan back here. Okay. So, what do you guys have? Any questions? I know where we need to go, but because when Tyrion's gone, you got some smooth guys. He's dipped out. Is everybody taking care of everything? You got your lead line box. You still have the stone on you, though, Agnes. Are you going to put the stone in the lead chest, or what's your?
Should I put it in the lead chest?
That's the point of what she got it for.
You got this chest to put this stone in.
Yeah, it's literally because that's what I was trying to figure out last time when we were talking about magic. Because you can't use the locate object spell to find it if it's inside a lead case.
Makes sense to me. I'll throw it in the lead case.
All right. So, and who's hauling that thing around?
Hey, Webb, I think you might want to put some of your magazines in there. You know, those ones that I've seen you looking at late at night?
Oh, gosh. Those are... I just read the articles. So I don't know.
The articles.
Just for the articles. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. All right.
There was one about turtles in the Tangle Marsh. I had to read it.
So much is going on.
Go there someday.
Maybe
I'll
we will.
put it in the bag of holding.
Okay. So all right. So you put it in you put the black opal stone in the lead lined chest, and then into the bag of holding, and you're the one hauling it around. Got it.
Can you put
If
my
that's
magazines
cool,
in there?
I'm not.
too, Kelsey?
Well, yeah. Do you take his magazines?
Do they need to go in there? I don't care. I mean,
Hey,
like, whatever
wait.
we're packing this with.
Doesn't
And
want
that's-
anybody to scry. This way, if anybody steals it, they're open for a surprise too.
That's syrup, by the way, too. That's not what you
Ew,
think.
I'm not touching it. But you can put it in the box.
And ultimately, though, you throw all these magazines in there to cover it up. So like it's at the bottom of a whole bunch of dirty magazines.
Yeah.
So like they'll think that they have to really dig through it to get to it.
Fantastic.
This is your guys' canon. I just work here. You know, like to be honest. Have we decided? I mean, I guess we don't have two people here, but I mean, are we waiting to decide on what you guys' next course of action really truly is?
Well, if they want to figure out the big jack stuff, we have to stay here. So
Right, so that's what I'm saying, because he's talking about Big Jack, but then we're talking about dwarves, and then we've got Summerside. Like, you guys have a lot of places you're wanting to maybe go, but...
Was there a reward for that Big Jack investigation?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we could look into that.
I mean, what are you going to do with the paper there, Evan? I mean, what's Webb got to do with it?
The paper for...
He wrote all over that scroll and slid it to you.
Oh, yeah. Did I read it?
No.
Oh, can I read it?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's in common or
Yeah, it's in easy to read for you language.
Dwarven?
Sure.
I love it. What does it say?
Hey, little homie, I'm glad you approached me on this instance when you needed some knowledge on something stupid like Big Jake. He's a troublesome individual, and he does seem to hang out over at the Rowdy Cockatrice pretty often. He's always in the kitchen, though. That boy loves to cook. Baking bread, his specialty. Whenever he's there,
damn it,
people 100% flock to eat his bread, but run if he comes out of the kitchen because he burned a loaf. That boy is dangerous. Now, I'll tell you, it doesn't seem like anything can even pierce his skin. He's been stabbed. He's been shot. Things about that dude are just strange, weird. He's like almost goddamn 8 foot tall. Just hunches over, does what he does, and not a thing's ever seemed to even pierce his flesh. Good luck in fight, man. I know he's a tough cookie, but as far as it goes, you can find him there most late evenings, cooking in the kitchen for his mama Sally.
Oh, God.
So that is that real? Because with detect thoughts, does she not know, or like that seems like a weird?
Yeah, Sally's fucked up.
She was super drunk. Remember?
So drunk. She's too
She
drunk.
was like better when he did detect thoughts the second time, so I didn't know like.
Well, we definitely have to look into this.
Yeah, we have to.
I think.
Tonight?
So based on that, I got a good description of what he looks like.
Sure. Yeah, he's near. It seems like he's near 8 foot tall. Just a huge mammoth of a man. Got kind of light gray skin, coal black eyes.
Invulnerable to damage.
Invulnerable to, damage.
It's the big bad of this game.
Gray skin and black eyes. What does that sound like?
He's a golem.
He's my special. Oh,
No, I meant like a stone golem.
Yeah, I was seeing it happening. I was making sure, All right, but yeah, so I mean, you guys definitely have a description on him. You definitely have a dwarf that's freaking out Agnes's visions. You definitely have some knights that are both on the side of Butterbean and off the side of Butterbean, the pretty loyal squire of Roland.
I'm down to stay here and do a side quest.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys just want to go do it right now?
Yeah, I mean, we've got some information.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
What'd you
All
say,
right.
Eric?
Just to drop the fright at the boss fight.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and like neander on over to here. Let's make the boss real quick. What did you say it was a golem? Let's see what that looks like. Oh, this is good. It's decent. I don't even need to do it. I'm fine with this.
Totally. Why not,
Yeah, I mean, it's just it doesn't matter. Prepare yourselves, knaves.
Are we actually fast forwarding to a boss fight?
No, just to this guy.
Oh, okay.
It's not gonna be that deep. I don't think. Like the four of you should be able to do this.
Can you
Roll for
throw me a
initiative.
map? Can you throw me a map, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been rolling terrible all night.
So yes,
I have persistent rage now, so I can only my rage only ends if I go unconscious or choose to end it.
Why does she look so angry?
you guys go in the back door right after him. Jill Sara unlocks it as he's baking his bread. You guys are able to sneak into the kitchen. He sees you, turns around, and pushes you all out into the alley out back. What are you doing in my kitchen?
Yes.
Sorry, we're looking for the brothel.
It never works. It never works.
All right, roll for it.
Hold on. I'm pretty sure that my deception is awful. Oh wait, where's... Yeah, I have a 0 because it's charisma.
There you
That's
go.
well.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, you know what? Calcine gets away with fucking murder somehow with the 0 charisma.
Meanwhile, Roland is going to say something like, "Big Jake, your reign of terror ends here."
Yes.
And we're rolling that one on intimidation.
Not around Webb. Double that ones.
Wow.
Awesome. He focuses on you.
It's still 17.
Yeah, it's still 17.
I love that just happened.
Do you want to use your inspiration?
Yes. Oh, that's more like it.
Oh.
Wow. Incredible.
I will always have the best bread.
Wait, but are we sure this is him?
We're sure.
Look at him and go, "Big Jake," right?
According to that pimp's note.
Yeah, but in fact, he could have been Timmy could have been Big Jake. They could be the same person.
Oh,
Plot
yeah.
twist, guys.
High noon time.
So now we're about to just kill this warm, happy bread baking guy, and it's just a bad lead from Timmy.
You got it.
Sounds right.
Could be anything. We're in the alley now. He's pushed you guys out there because you're in his damn kitchen.
Oh,
Hey,
I didn't roll initiative. Sorry.
Before we fight, can you give us a long rest? Because it is the next day.
True.
True.
Yeah, but you guys have
I'll
been
roll
thumping around the
initiative
city and everything.
I did not cast any spells.
Okay. I'm going to roll initiative for my boy, too.
Wait, you got a 1 for initiative?
Who did?
You.
Oh, it's pretty bad, huh? Let's try it again.
It's pretty bad.
There.
Did you just re-roll it?
Yeah, legendary accent.
Yeah. I've
Thieves
heard
Guild.
iron golems have those.
This is my kitchen. Well, that's just his base form.
Fantastic.
Sure.
Not even his higher form yet.
I assume that I'm going first, but
Well, wait. Webb and Jean have to reroll.
I was gonna say I rolled already. I rolled really
right, but
well.
he long rested us, so it cleared our initiative.
Well, I rolled real crappy.
Better than rolling. No, see, that's what I get for assuming.
All right. Light crossbow attack to Webb from behind.
No one did an inside check on that Tim guy. We literally know
Get back.
nothing. Like, we could just be killing an innocent dude.
Mm-hmm. No, I got a vibe. Me and him are very similar.
The next time you guys go see him, he's gonna be like, "All right, you've taken out the bread maker. Let me tell you about the candlestick maker."
The candlestick maker.
Oh, wow.
I put on my when we were on our way over here, we were looking for a fight, so
You threw on your bib.
I have my bib back on.
Of course,
Mm-hmm.
as that would make sense. Oh, we're doing battle. I'm gonna whip out my butcher's bib.
Right, that makes sense for me to be walking.
You poor
around.
bloody butcher.
Speaking of candlestick makers and bakers.
So the first crossbow attack misses you there. Second one does a little better, and you do take some damage. And then it is Jean's turn, or Agnes form. Come on, Sister Agnes.
To come here behind Calcine, and we see this iron golem guy looking all intimidating.
Big Jake.
And I'm going to hold out my hand and go, Rasasmalasmodon! And cast telekinesis.
Alright. How much weight does that move?
Enough. So it's going to be contested. Your strength check versus my spellcasting check.
Alright. I win.
Okay, so I did not move you on that round.
I mean, the wind blew some stuff, some flour off of me and some other things. Big Jake's a baker, so.
That will be my turn.
Alright. Calcination.
All of us?
Just you. That should be like one of your special moves eventually, where you're like calcination, and then like 4
When
or
we
5
start
or
getting mythic levels.
yeah, after 20.
I kind of have that with my Horn of Valhalla.
Yeah, that thing's dope.
We could
God, you piss me off
hack
right
it a
now.
little bit for Horn of Calcination.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, well, I'm gonna look at the Iron Golem and go, Big Jack, right?
What of it?
And right?
Okay.
What?
What of it? He seems
okay.
to not
So
be
he
he doesn't
responds to
seem
Big
to be an Iron Golem. He's just a big gray skinned dude with like cold dark eye,
Right.
like dark
Okay.
eyes.
Alright, well, there's some money out on your name, so I'm about to collect this bounty, bitch.
Oh,
Under rage.
is that rage? Okay.
I rage before I say those things, so it makes sense that I'm so sassy
Mhm.
after being like, guys, what if he's not?
What if he's not who we think he is?
Fair enough. And then, are you going to attack him?
Oh, hold on. I have to roll my wild magic twice and pick the one I like.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
There's
my table cleared.
That's too bad. So what did you roll? Did it not roll? Wonder why it cleared. Excuse me.
I know sometimes when it updates, it takes them off of your loaded mods. You might just have to load it. Oh, you know what? On Willie, I had the wild magic table on my bar down there, and I had to redo it for some reason. Like the link.
Alright, so we don't know what you're doing then there, cussing because your thing's broke. While she's figuring that out, do what you're going to do.
I am going to static this guy synaptically.
There he goes.
He failed.
All right, what's it do? Gives me damage?
Yeah.
Oh, decent amount.
22.
Resisted.
And he...
Does that say resisted to 0?
It does.
that can't be.
That's what it says. The psychic damage.
Mother.
What? Webb, why did you make Jelsara stupid?
Why is Jelsara stupid?
Terrible.
And then I'll see how you come in.
I've never fought a golem before.
Boomerang weapon or multicolored +1 AC. Oh, do we lose her? I gotta bring her back in.
I'll attack him.
Say it again.
I'm gonna attack him.
Okay, which wild magic did you take? Because I didn't hear you.
I took the force weapon.
As you're crossing from the street to get to him, Master Thief takes a swing at you from the gutter right next to where the...
I only moved 5 feet.
Get attacked.
I only moved 5 feet. And I can't be surprised.
You missed anyway. You're attacking this guy.
So, just so you know.
He moved 10 feet. Oh, wait, he did it. See?
So I hit him. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up.
There you go. I like mustard too.
21 with the first.
Oh. Boomerang it.
Hit with the second one. Heyo, 20 with the second one. Just did 41 damage to him, and that's my turn because... Oh, wait.
Nice.
He is... There.
And Webb, you went, right?
Yep.
Alright, so he's gonna swing his sword on you a bunch of times. Hits the first time. We got another one coming right after that. Just a 10. Alright, so he takes 17 damage with your dang barbarian stuff. Master Thief 10 is going to take a hidden attack. He hits. And you can take another quick 9. Mr. Roland, Sir Roland.
Okay, so we're like in an alley.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere I could get like half cover? Like some crates or barrels or something?
I mean, you could step around the corner here, but you'd be leaning out.
It's fine. I'll just stay in the alleyway. I am going to try Eldritch Blast.
You hit him. 8 damage.
Okay, here's the second one. It's also a hit.
8 more damage. 13 damage.
13, and the last blast. And then I'm actually going to back up and put some distance between me and Jake.
All right, that's 30 right there.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay,
That's it.
and then the end round is Jilsara and Magvaris, so we'll pick up there next week with you guys battling Big Jake in the streets of this, in the center of his thieves guild. Like, fucking fuckery. Like, you're like, hey, let's go attack him in broad daylight in front of everyone. I mean, there's 2 thieves now. I can't wait to get this actually populated now that you guys have chosen.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
Just take them all out at once.
We're just here to clean up the streets, okay? And to be fair, we were happy to do this inside the tavern. He pushed us into the alley.
Correct.
Well, yeah, because he wants to have a.
We're here on official dagger board business.
After I kill you, I will see that place burned to the ground.
I ain't worried.
He bangs on his sword against his chest, and it reverberates a loud sound off the blade, shaking, warbling through the air. Multitudes of eyes poke up that didn't appear to have anything there before, in trash heaps, around corners, on a rooftop. You see easily 10 plus sets of eyes pop up, looking down on you and at you from hidden spots all throughout around the Rowdy Cockatrice.
Oh boy.
Dun, 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 dun. All right, guys, I gotta pop off. So
Good
thank
game,
you,
guys.
everyone, for watching. Don't forget to follow and subscribe on here, and then head over to Diggity Dane TikTok and follow on there, since that helps me get TikTok live action shit going too. So holla at your boy. Bye.
See ya.
Bye, guys. Bye, guys.